Now this is buffer time. Respect.
What is buffer time? Is what buffer time?
Hello, buffer timers. I hope you're ready for A Lobster Tale, the 2006 epic starring Cole Meany. Or something else.
Well, someday anyway.
Something. One of these days. Space Tales. Lobster Balls? I don't know. Let's go around and introduce ourselves, and then we'll figure out what it is that we're talking about today. I'm Dustin. Maybe you guys.
Oh my god, me. Hi, I'm Ren from Ren Vance.
Gunner First Class Philip Asshole. I'm the one who fired up her nose when I cross it.
We still ain't found shit.
I'm Wynn Grayson. I thought we were talking about Thumb Wars.
He's gone to plaid.
Why am I surrounded by so many assholes? Well, while we figure that out, I guess we'll talk about Spaceballs, the movie from 1987, which is going to get a sequel in 2027 for the 40th anniversary. That ought to be fun. You know, on my rewatch, I just want to say, like, I was surprised how little Star Trek spoof is in this. I mean, I knew it was mostly Star Wars, but we only found 2 references, and that's not including Tim Russ. So, let's start with the joke from the very beginning. What do you think happened in chapters 1 through 10, since this is chapter 11?
Well, I think there were a lot of balls in space.
Oh, those balls.
So, like, King Roland has gone through a few princes. There was Prince Ativan. There was Prince Wellbutrin. There was
Spaceballs 2 royal engagement.
Yeah, and it just didn't work out for one reason or another, or like the relationship that they were trying to build wasn't working. And then, yeah, and then Helmet was like, we got to make it bigger, and it's like bigger in each movie, like each chapter, it's like slightly bigger, and Rick Moranis is slightly smaller somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of all the princes, do you think this was the inspiration to do the Disney Aladdin a few years later?
Oh. Makes sense.
All right, so let's get into like some real, actual questions. So at the beginning, you see this big, long, kit-bashed ship. And I don't think it was really his intention, but in multiple interviews, Mel Brooks said over the years that, like, he just wanted to make the entire movie the ship going by forever. Would you have watched the longest kit bash ship ever?
I might have given it, like,
I'm enough of a sucker that I would probably sit there waiting for the movie to happen until it was over.
I think I might have given
I'd be
it
like,
10
surely
minutes.
something's going to happen soon, right?
I guess it
Don't call me
depends if there was anything like to break it up, like maybe like a sticker that says like United States Air Force or something. I don't know. Some little treats.
There's so many, like, I would say yes, because it's like, you know, with this and Scouts, it would be like, fuck you, nerd. You're going to watch this dorky ass spaceship and you're going to watch it the whole time. You're going to watch whatever sci-fi crap we pump out kind of thing. And then, like, one of the things that really amused me about this is like the way that these ships are designed, these models, those little divots have a name. I forget exactly what it is, but there's so many of them on this ship. And there's so many different kinds. It's almost like they took like a confetti and just threw it on there. So it doesn't, like, some sort of logic with the way these ships tend to hang together. And this one doesn't have that. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It's just absurd.
Originally, when I wrote this question, I wanted to say yes, at least once, just for the spectacle. But then we got talking about, I don't remember somehow this week, about Space Odyssey 2001. And I just remember how boring the intro to that movie is. And it's not even a long kit bash. I can't really make it through that, so I don't think I would actually make it more than like 5 or 10 minutes.
I wanted to
But
love
it is a
Space
funny
Odyssey
idea.
so bad just for like the nerd cred. And like on a technical level, it is a really cool movie. But as a viewing experience, it's kind of boring, man. Like it gets interesting for like 30 minutes, like in the middle, and then it goes back to being boring.
Yeah, it's got a cool ending, and for 1968, it was a good movie, but like, it hasn't aged well, that's for sure.
I think it wasn't really just meant as a sci-fi. I think the scope of it was a lot bigger. It's just some of Kubrick's movies in general are sort of like a test of patience, purposefully.
Well, and just the inventiveness of how to do that.
There's all your little dots. Vanessa.
The old divots.
Yeah.
I forgot how good the like effects in this movie actually were, considering it's like a parody movie. I miss how these kinds of movies used to like commit.
Though I mean, you could do it on a like kind of a shoestring budget today for the effects. This was the most expensive movie that Mel Brooks ever did.
That's crazy.
I mean,
the new one.
I mean, some people say, as far as his movies go, this isn't one of the best, and those people can take a flying leap. This is a great movie, especially as a parody.
You know, after I got the Mel Brooks collection of Blu-rays a couple years ago, and I was starting to think between all the other stuff I'd seen recently and seeing all his other stuff, like, yeah, it's only okay. And then rewatching it the other day, it's like, no, this is funny as hell. I mean, I was really starting to think versus like, I want to say Quantum Leap. What did we talk about last week? Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest
versus Galaxy Quest. I was starting to think Galaxy Quest might actually be better, and no, it's not. This is the far better movie. This is Galaxy Quest can have like it has moments where it's like a real movie for a little while, and not just a comedy. This doesn't have any real movie, but the comedy is on such a higher level. It's so much funnier.
There's actually like a heart to Galaxy Quest that they're trying to get across, or a lesson.
Yeah,
this is just farce and fun.
I think of this as a classic. I think of this as like a classic, good, repeatable, like put it on, like, oh, let's watch Spaceballs. No one's gonna say no to that. It's a classic.
So cool.
Makes me want to rewatch.
It's just great.
The airplane movies.
Heck yeah! I mean, that's what really kicked off a lot of the satire in the '80s. Not that Mel Brooks hadn't already been doing satire long before Airplane, but I don't think he would have gotten to this if there hadn't been Airplane.
I think it was just like the perfect timing of like Star Wars had been out, but only just, and like Star Trek was coming around, so like this kind of big scale sci-fi thing, it was just perfect timing, I think.
So who wore it better, Dark Helmet or Darth Vader?
Darth Helmet.
You know, I gotta say, like,
what's now?
He's got quite a few like great costume changes, so.
He's got a few dick and balls type symbology.
That's true. You don't see Darth Vader in desert gear.
Not yet.
Yeah, I liked his little pith helmet. Is that what that's called? The little desert explorer archaeologist hat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I hadn't noticed till I was reading some trivia about this movie. You can like kind of see it here. The tie is like, it's a dick and balls.
Yeah, exactly.
It was meant to be that.
And on
it's also a frowny face.
And on the collar as well. there's a dick and balls on his collar too.
Oh yes, side profile
God,
dick and
there is.
balls.
Yep.
But it
Yep.
makes the lower dick and balls look angry. Like it's
Yes,
angry eyebrows
it does.
on the dick and balls side.
Lower dick. Is that?
I think
is
that's
that
the
like
most times I've said
lower
dick
deck
and balls in a
Spaceballs?
sentence in my entire life.
I am offended.
Well, I'm sorry if there are any kids present that were offended by that, including you, Josh. I'm sorry.
We're talking about a movie called Spaceballs. Like,
Oh, is that where it got its name?
Yeah, I learned quite a bit about this movie rewatching it again this week. It's
I thought it was just a dodgeball prequel.
if
So
you can dodge a
keeping-
space, you can dodge a ball.
You can
Sorry.
dodge ball. I love dodge. Oh God, forget a lobster
you can
tail. Maybe
dodge
we
a
got to do
ball
dodgeball
in
next week.
space.
That is one of just the greatest comedies.
can
of
just
the
Watch
last
balls
25
movies.
years.
Yeah, just the balls arc.
I'm trying to think if there are any other good balls movies besides those two. I don't know, but with this same picture up, a more serious
Balls
question:
are great.
does the random fourth wall breaking take you out of the movie at all?
I'm fully
Yes,
aware that I'm
absolutely
watching
not.
a parody the whole time I'm watching it, so not really.
I mean, it does, but in
Not
the way
that
it's
that's a bad
intended.
thing.
to.
Like I'm having a great time.
Like I like how it's actually structured that the movie is part of the movie is part of the movie.
Little meta commentary.
We're
I
in
never
now.
realized. I never realized in this scene too. Like I knew that some of the movies in the background were Mel Brooks's other films, but not until I had his entire filmography that I realized all the movies are Mel Brooks movies over there.
Mm-hmm.
That's cute. That's funny.
Got to
Never.
promote yourself too.
If you don't believe in yourself, who will?
I just enjoy I think the pacing of it made it work. Like there was no joke that was relied upon to cover up any sort of weakness. And so it was just very well woven in.
I didn't even have this as a question, but now that you bring that up, I have to think about this and ask. This is kind of a deep question. If this were not a comedy, if you removed all the comic elements from it, would the story work as just a straight script?
I mean, it would need some polishing up, but the basic story is a pretty basic story, right? Princess
Yeah,
flees
I mean-
marriage, smuggler goes to get princess because of his own debts. Like, it's very Anastasia, actually.
I mean, it is essentially Star Wars, except for like the
Just
air
right.
sucking thing. It's essentially the same plot as
The air
as,
sucking
the
just
Star Wars
replaced
movie, so-
exploding Alderaan.
Yeah. I don't think there would be much tweaking you would need to do in order to make the plot work, because the parody of it is what makes it so funny. Is that it's, to me, part of the humor is how close to the actual thing it is without much change. Like there's jokes and everything and goofy stuff in there, but it's essentially the same movie.
I feel like that's sort of the charm of both for like other parodies that like follow genre parodies that follow to this one, like Not Another Teen Movie and Scary Movie, both were like part of the charm of them was that they were similar. I haven't seen Scary Movie in like 15 years, so I remember nothing about it being good or bad at this point.
The movies that
But I do
killed
remember Not Another
satire-
Teen Movie pretty vividly.
Well, and
The
not
first
to
Scary movie was
besmirch.
okay, but
Yeah, I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah.
Well, like there
20
take
years?
like Blazing Saddles too. Like that was very heavily from westerns. The plot wasn't changed up too much.
I think that would have worked better if you took the humor out of it as just a thing, because it would be just another spaghetti western.
I think
if you took all the humor out of it, it would not be watchable. It would be another one of those. Has anybody ever seen some of the Star Wars clones from the late 70s? there are so many of them you don't even realize. There's like 30 or 40 fucking movies that are just trying to straight up rip off Star Wars. And like Battlestar Galactica as a show, which started as a movie, was one of them. And most of them are just like, it's the worst stuff you have ever seen.
Well, not to besmirch Star Wars, but I mean, the story there isn't exactly the selling point of the entire thing. It's all of the world building and the the stuff that's created around it. If you just told that story, like, basically boil it down to people on Earth doing the same thing, it's pretty.
This is your typical hero's journey.
It's essentially removed the thing that's central to Star Wars, aside from the air sucking thing. Like Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, there's no Luke.
Is not an element in this story. And Luke Skywalker is the thing that is like quintessentially Star Wars, because it's like a finding out who you are, going through the hero's journey, like because I think George Lucas borrowed very heavily from Joseph Campbell's Hero of a Thousand Faces to sort of like go through the hero's journey of self-discovery and that kind of thing. This doesn't have that because it's a goofy ass movie. So that that thread is missing. And I think that takes the heart out on purpose.
They do try to Skywalker him a tiny bit at the end where he's like, look at my amulet, I'm a prince.
Yeah, I mean, he's a mix of Han Solo and Skywalker.
Yeah, and he does learn how to use the Swartz too. But
the Swartz thing.
We don't get like the pure like separate Luke Skywalker or the Solo Skywalker dynamic. Like that's obviously missing since he's one guy.
And nobody wants to go to Tashi Station to get power converters. That's the real missed opportunity here.
I love in Robot Chicken's Star Wars stuff how they like the power converters are just some like strippers. It's like, and now the power converters. And Luke's just going there to get to like lay down money for strippers. It's great.
And there's no like incest in Spaceballs.
That's a selling point, I would say. Thank God they didn't have him really be like, yes, I'm a prince and also your brother. Let's get married.
I don't think I realized how much until rewatching this now that his next movie, Robin Hood Men in Tights, borrows so heavily from this plot. It's basically the same plot set in Sherwood Forest.
Are all the parody movies that I like just his movies?
Probably a lot of them.
Most of them.
Well, I mean, there's a lot.
Well, you mentioned the airplane movie.
There's a lot of similarities between like Star Wars and Robin Hood because you have like the downtrodden sort of, trying to like overthrow a power structure. So a bare brass tacks. Oh yeah, and a a woman in distress. Yeah.
God, it's been ages since I've seen Men in Tights.
Where Vespa is singing in her cell, that's her hitting those low bass notes. Like they had somebody queued up to like
she's a bass?
Sing that part over her, but she nailed it during the take.
That's awesome.
Way to go, Daphne Zuniga.
So, why is plaid the highest warp factor?
It's just a side effect of ludicrous speed.
Highland
it's
speed?
Cool.
But why not Paisley? Why not, Checkers or Houndstooth?
It's like the rebellious spirit of it, though.
Does anyone know what clan that is?
Oh yeah,
the clan of Swartz, obviously.
It's snotty.
That's grandma's blanket. I don't know.
Yeah, that's actually one. Considering we only have 2 Star Trek references, I actually kind of hate this reference to Scotty. It's not even a Scottish dude doing it. I mean, not that James Doohan was either, but he's like, this guy isn't even good at doing the fake Scottish accent. It's not funny. And honestly, I think he delivers the worst joke too, because he's like, lock 1, lock 2, lock Loman. Does anybody even get that joke? Because I had to fucking look it up.
I
No.
did in
Just
principle, but I didn't know the actual place. I'm like, oh, that's a lock joke. But
Yeah, it's one of the locks in Scotland.
yeah,
Great.
Jesus, that's kind of sad.
I mean, I guess Loch
I don't
Ness
know,
was
if
too
you're
on the
gonna
nose,
parody
but
like anyone, like Kirk and Spock are the easiest and best ones. Like, why would you leave them on the table?
Or, make a joke, a Scottish joke that isn't reliant on like a deep cut of geography. Like
Maybe people were just better at geography back then.
Loch Ness. He could have said Loch
Just
Ness.
some bagpipes playing. Just like some bagpipes playing. He turns around like, you always have to play those when I talk.
Oh, that would have been so much better.
Yeah, that would have actually been hilarious.
Maybe that's why it's plaid. Maybe that's why it's plaid, because he's Scottish.
Maybe he developed it.
Sounds good. I mean, the
Sure.
only thing I can think of is that it is kind of another Star Trek reference, where it's like, rather than a red alert, it's we've gone to plaid. That's the only thing I can come up with. So what was everybody's favorite gag from the movie? Let's just go around and talk about that. Go ahead, Ren.
I don't know. There were so many silly things. I did laugh out loud at Pizza the Hut and at the giant Rosie from the Jetsons, basically vacuum machine. Are you serious?
Go ahead, Scott.
Oh man. I've seen this so many times. Which one's my favorite though? No, it's got to be. Yeah, when they grab the movie from Mr. No, the crotch shot's too easy. When they grab the movie from Mr. Rental and they're looking through it, and it's like, fast forward to this, and then it shows them crashing into the console. It's like, no, go past this. In fact, never show this again. And then they stop the movie, and it's at now, and it's at just that whole thing. It's like, now, what happened to then? We missed it. When? Just now. We're at now.
Who's on first?
Oh, that gets me every time. Yeah. It's who's on first. In space.
What do you got, Vanessa?
Oh, so who's the guy from Police Academy that makes all the sound effects?
Oh, I can't
oh,
remember his name.
Winslow.
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 Yeah, when he was on, love him. I love him so much. He like not just in this movie, but also he does an amazing impression of Jimi Hendrix doing Purple Haze with his mouth.
Yep.
It is incredible. This guy is so talented. Also, the hair pick through the desert.
Combing the desert.
It's just classic to me. That
It's good.
and even the actor Tim Russ said, I've been on Voyager for so long, and I have like a really, prestigious career, but this is the thing that I'm remembered for. I just the delivery of it is just so perfect. The when they're in that chase scene and they find like the stunt doubles instead of the actual people. That's hilarious. One of them looked like Hitler or something. It was so funny. It was so random and unexpected.
Yeah, because there's a Hitler in almost every Mel Brooks movie, and that was the Hitler in this movie.
Hitler.
Ooh, yes.
The producers was great also. But yeah, there's just so many sight gags. It's just so funny. The uniforms are so stupid. Like with the
Little
Atlas
butt
chap
circles.
things. Yeah. Barf, just anything Barf does.
Oh my god,
The-
Barf's flattened foot.
Yeah,
yeah.
the flat foot. It's like so cartoon. So cartoon. It's wonderful. Yeah, it's like there's so many. It's like hard to just pick one because they're all so good.
That's fair. What do you got, Josh?
So honestly, probably my favorite is the stunt doubles thing, even though that's kind of the one of the bigger known ones. But watching it this time, there's a couple things that stuck out to me. The scene where they're talking about the merchandise and like that's where you get all the profits. Knowing now that like one of the deals to make this movie was they weren't allowed to merchandise it. That was their deal with George Lucas, which I guess I didn't get at the time. But also in that scene, I didn't realize there's Optimus Prime is in that scene. Which I'm like, why is he there? But then later on, they're like, oh, this ship's a Transformer. So I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I didn't make those connections as a kid. And then for whatever reason, it tickled me during the evacuation when they're telling the circus and everyone to get out of there too. I don't know why I liked that this time very much.
Oh my God, that was so silly.
So I'm going to take the opportunity with you bringing that up to bring up one of the other things that is the same between this movie and Star Trek, but it wasn't directly known at the time. Okay. So this is where like Lone Star is going into Mega Maid to save Vespa and stuff. Look at the background. And now in the first season of TNG, in Too Short a Season, where old ass admiral gets younger, they reuse this set extension here in the background.
That's amazing.
One of a very few connections to Trek. I think Trek in this one, because that one, it's just like, oh, he's just like coming down a ladder and it's back there. At least here, there's like some stuff and some blocking going on. And yep. Okay. Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Oh, I want to amend my answer to include the Planet of the Apes moment.
Oh, at the end, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So, towards the end, one of Dark Helmet's final lines is, "Evil will always prevail because good is dumb." Is that a perfect summation of 2025?
Honestly, I mean, I did not think of the Democrats. But yeah, you know what? They're not very good and they're dumb. Oh no. They're just letting this happen.
I don't know if good is dumb, but like things are, the grasp of reality is such that like being good seems hopeless, I think is a better way to put it. Like, I don't know if like goodness in itself is dumb, but evil prevailing because people are dumb might be a better way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Man, I thought
That's a good point that Clarence has there. I do think that might be why they have the Scotty joke, because they came up with wanting to do the transporter gag.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, I guess we need Snotty.
Yeah, the actual joke where where Mel Brooks is beamed in all messed up, that's pretty funny. Scotty is not.
Yeah.
I did like Mel Brooks playing two guys. That was fun.
Yeah, I guess he really messed up his knees on that, since he had to like just walk on his knees and like knee pads and stuff. As yogurt.
How's he going to do it at 99 or whatever he is now?
He was already like an older guy at that point, so
yeah. And now he's like coming up on 100.
Maybe Yogurt will be an animatronic.
Or maybe he'll just be like the ghost of Yogurt. I don't know.
Gosh, they'll pull an attack.
They'll do CGI Yogurt like CGI Yoda.
They'll pull a Revenge of the Sith and have them also bounce around.
like Livia from The Sopranos after the actress passed away. That was so.
Oh God! Oh no!
I think it'd be funny if they just had if they do a puppet Yogurt, like original Yoda.
Yeah,
I think that would be good. That would be pretty good.
That'd be fun.
Like one of the merchandise.
90s quality, like prequel looking CGI Yogurt though, just because that would be funny.
Or like one of the
transition,
puppets, like one of the puppets he was selling in the movie.
Yeah, just hold him. Just have somebody like hold him up, and you can even see the hand. That might be.
Yeah, they
great.
do the transition from the terrible puppet to the CGI where he's just bouncing around off the walls and then right back to the puppet.
Oh my gosh, I love this.
So I guess like I had this as my final question, but we're talking so much about like what could happen. What do you expect from Spaceballs 2 in 2027? What does it need to do to fulfill the legacy of the first one?
There's just so much that's happened in Star Wars. Like, do they go for the prequels? Do they go for the controversy with the sequels? Do they like do it all? I don't know where the best.
Do they just do
You
more
shift
of
and
the
do way more
trilogy?
Star Trek.
I would love to see more Star Trek. I think that'd be fun.
I think
Yeah.
it would really be hard because I never considered this as like something that needed a sequel. You know,
No.
Yeah.
it would be so difficult. I think the tone of it, honestly, I would prefer that it would stick with the original formula and work within those bounds. I think like trying to go towards like new stuff, like the people that are going to want to watch this already know the original movie. And would, you know, like
Mhm.
it just I think like trying to go like try to pander to newer Star Wars wouldn't make a lot of sense personally.
Yeah, I'd be down for like the Schwartz Pyre Strikes Back. Uh,
It's all a satire on Star Trek scouts.
That's what I'm thinking. They just shoot down 43 asteroids.
with different kinds of balls.
No, they just launch more and more like long kit bashed models into asteroids. That's the whole movie.
And
I
then
would go
Barf's
see that.
son is the one that's shooting at them.
Oh my
'Cause
god.
he's confirmed to be in it.
Yeah, I'd seen that since John Candy.
Oh.
It's surprising that like almost all the actors are still alive except for
Yeah.
John Candy.
And
Yeah.
Joan Rivers.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
point.
Oh, that I should have
Joan
that in my
Rivers.
answer. I loved Joan Rivers'
Oh, yeah.
robot. She was great.
Yeah, like even that silly like I know it's like an old typical joke to have, but when Joan Rivers' robot was like going up the ladder and John Candy was looking up and he's like, "Don't look at my scare." Like it's just and it's a robot. Like you can't, but
Yeah.
it's just so
It's
dumb.
so good.
I love it.
I don't think Scott's dog likes Joan Rivers.
Well, Scott's dog is entitled to its wrong opinions.
Has anybody seen the
Decided to attack me for no
Spaceballs,
reason.
the animated series from the early 2000s?
No, I
long
like
time
discovered
ago.
in the Wikipedia page, and now
What?
I'm like,
Sorry, what?
how is this not a
It's
thing people talk
The
about?
animated
I need to
series.
see
There was
it.
one season, and they got pretty much everybody back, including Joan Rivers before she died. It wasn't very good.
Damn.
I saw the first like 3 episodes, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's on
yeah, no,
YouTube.
I can't.
Like you would have to pay for it, but it's on YouTube.
Yeah, it feels like a thing they did
Oh,
to
no, that'd
do,
be
but they
fun.
didn't really have a vision to do it.
I hope that doesn't bode.
Doesn't
poorly
carry over to
for,
the
like,
sequel.
Yeah.
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 Because it didn't hit. Like it didn't
Yeah.
hold me for more than 3
Maybe this just
episodes. And I
can't
see why it
translate
was
to
canceled.
animation.
It would be really cool if they like they just sort of continued the story that they were building in this. Like they don't try to like wipe the slate clean. Like it's like the next day or something. Like they're older,
Well, it
but we
can't
just
be
pretend
because
it's
you've got Barf's son. So sometime has definitely passed.
I'm telling you, do a prequel, have him be the only young one, have all the rest reprise their original roles, no young makeup, no like wholesome
Yeah.
lighting, say nothing about it for the whole
Or I was just
movie.
gonna say, is that why it's gonna take till 2027, even though they're currently filming it because they're gonna do that stupid digital de-aging crap?
God, I hope not.
I hope not.
Just
If they
Picard
do,
and
I don't think
Tapestry
they
it. Like
if they do, it's got to just be a gag. Like they
No.
look at them with the de-aging and they're like, "Oh no."
or like they just replace
As
them
a
with
gag, that would be funny.
babies. They just
Oh my
replace them with
God.
babies.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gotta be
Doctor
it's
Who
gotta be
already did
ridiculous.
Space Babies.
It's gotta be ridiculous, and they know it's ridiculous, and they play it anyway. That's
Yeah,
what makes us good. Because
I
think
need
everybody
I
knew
need
they
more
weren't trying to take
commitment.
this seriously.
Or they try to pull up footage from the movie again, but they can't figure out which of the 32 streaming services it's on. Then they don't have a subscription to that one.
Oh, I love that. That's a great joke. There's so many great
Yes!
gags that they could go
They
with.
find out that it's only on
Satire-
Tubi with ads.
Yeah.
Satire movies have kind of died for a long time, and if anybody can bring them back, it's 90-something-year-old Mel Brooks.
His fingers on the pulse
We
of the
can't
nation. for
possibly have
sure.
more fucks to give. Like Mel Brooks Unleashed.
This will be like his Twin
Sure.
Peaks season 3. Like, just let it
Brooks
all
Gone
go
Wild.
out. Yeah.
Oh.
So, back to the actual movie. How does Lone Star kill someone with shaving cream when the guard has a gun?
The shaving cream's just a distraction, is all.
Pretty effective one.
It's the Vulcan nerve pinch, which he calls that.
It was
Oh,
so
yeah.
uncomfortable. It was almost like a kink scene or something.
Mhm.
Like they just
No, it's down
they
here.
really pointed the camera at this thing for such a long time, and they took such a long time like filling his mouth and his eyes with the shaving cream. He's like, no. It was so weird. It was so weird, but he had his gun on him. Nothing.
Moment.
Like, how is that incapacitating? I don't understand.
And then you get two guys with them as the
I
fixes.
don't know. I feel like I've never tried to remove shaving cream from my eyes. I feel like that would be like maybe he was just like in shock from being creamed.
They've been jammed and creamed.
In a movie about balls.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean it's a satire movie. I don't think too deeply about how the plot plays out. Literally only have one more question here, so we'll fill this with something maybe. How would you rate Spaceballs as a parody movie and a movie on its own? This is not a out of 10.
I don't know if you can really count it on its own. Like
It ranks
is
higher
a
as a parody
parody.
for me than like an actual movie.
Yeah.
So sorry,
I think
Nadia.
it'd be
We're all
average.
just a bunch of
Like I came up with this
assholes.
question and it's really hard for me to answer it too.
like
Yo,
it owes its
We're
entire
children. We're
existence.
sorry.
But we're not Scouts children. Just
No.
putting that in there.
Thankfully. Oh my god, that.
We're Spaceballs children.
Children
As
of
a
the
parody
balls.
movie, I rate it pretty highly. I'm trying to think like it's better than the Airplanes. In the realm of Mel Brooks, I'm not sure if it's better than Blazing Saddles though. And it took me it took me a long time to watch Blazing Saddles. Like my wife kept trying to tell me like you got to watch Blazing Saddles. Like no, I fucking hate westerns. And it was like I didn't get it until I saw it. It's like, oh yeah, it's another Mel Brooks movie and it's really good.
I think it's been too long since I've seen Blazing Saddles to make a comparison. But
Oh, so
I really
you
like this
mentioned,
movie. I feel like I forgot how funny it was. I was like ugly laughing like the whole way through. I don't know how many times I said like this is so stupid while being barely able to like get the thought out of my head because I was laughing so hard. Like it has the silliest gags, but every time like they're just so committed to them and it's just so funny.
Yeah, it's a movie that no matter how many times you see it and you know the jokes are coming, it's still really funny. In the realm of parody, it's I don't know if it is the best parody movie ever, but it's in the top 5.
Oh, for sure.
As we kind of already talked about, as a movie on its own, as not a parody, yeah, it's okay. The plot's pretty basic. It just is.
but I don't think it ever wanted to be anything else. So it's like I don't think that's a failure. It's built
No.
around what it is.
It knows exactly what it is and it like revels in it. It has so much fun. It is a parody that is having a great time.
I enjoy that, like, so many movies, like, as you mentioned, Dustin, like, satire isn't really a genre that we see too often in movies anymore. Um, and this is like a breath of fresh air. Like, I love when a movie doesn't take itself too seriously. And it doesn't. This scene cracked me up. Like, I was almost peeing my pants when Dark Helmet flew into the control panel. Like, I can't stand it. It's so stupid. It's like my brains are in my feet. They all looked so like, you guys have never tested this ludicrous speed, but you know what? I'm just having fun watching them suffer.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
fair.
laugh till you cry funny. Like,
So I guess more directly then, let's ask the
It's
question.
like we're
Oh, go ahead, Scott. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, we've been talking about this whole time and dissecting it. And I'm honestly thinking, you know what? Sometime this week, I might watch it again just for fun. That's how
right?
good it is.
Fuck yeah. Go find the animated series.
I feel like it was too long since I last watched this
Oh,
movie.
yeah, I
I've been
intend
like
to.
depriving myself of rewatching Spaceballs for years. Why?
Mhm. I think it's because this whole genre died such a Meet the Spartans death that everyone just kind of forgot about them.
It did kind of abruptly disappear. Like, I feel like we had sort of a reliable feed of like varying quality parody movies, and then it just stopped. And it's
Like, yeah,
unfortunate.
when the
The
Wayans
Family
stopped
Guy of the
doing-
world, like Family Guys of the world, took up the parody mantle.
Yeah, you're right, Josh. It's the Wayans killed it. And that's sad because I love the Wayans brothers. I love In Living Color. That's probably my favorite sketch comedy show ever.
Yeah.
And they even had some good just movies in the 90s.
Oh yes.
But
Mhm.
like, you know, even satire movies like Don't Drink Your Juice in the Hood, well, or what? Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. That one, great fucking movie.
What is there, like, UB40? I'm thinking of, like, with Chris Rock. Yeah, it's like
CB4. You're thinking of
CB4.
CB4.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, UB40
That
is
was
the
good.
band
Mhm.
that did Red Wine cover.
No, CB4. That was a good like parody of, but it wasn't even really parodying movies for the most part, but just parodying rap culture at the time.
Like, it was like a Spike Lee sort of parody.
Mhm.
But like, yeah, it feels like there's just a lot of self-seriousness, and we kind of like ping between Marvel and big like summer things and the Oscars, and it's like, guys, we need to like lighten up. Like, comedies aren't really invested in generally in terms of like theater movies. I think like it's either horror or action or like
Mhm.
someone's getting their legs blown off or whatever.
I was
Even
just
as a
watching
whole, comedy has died as a
Yeah.
genre.
like someone was just pointing out Parasite is listed in the comedy category.
What?
Like on Netflix, it's like comedies because there's like 2 funny scenes in it. There's no
13 Ghosts is a
It's
comedy
like-
movie because it
it's
has a
such
comic
a-
relief.
It's like this a commentary, like a really stark commentary about class stratification and like destitute poor folks and wealth. Ha ha ha.
hilarious.
Yeah,
It's a
I
knee
feel like the
slapper.
only thing that like resembles satire that we get now, it's always like elevated to the point where it takes itself too seriously to like really have fun as satire, and it's kind of just like, I don't dislike it, but I do kind of just miss these really silly movies. I want them back.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not satire so much as Captain America saying, "I understood that reference."
Yeah, there's comedy attached to other stuff, and there's a ton of rom-coms which have never been good
Yeah.
and still aren't.
Oh, I love
but
rom-coms,
comedy as
but-
a whole are just dead. and that's
I'm trying to even
sad.
think. What's the last big comedy that went anywhere that wasn't a dead end sequel like Happy Gilmore 2 or something like that?
I was just about to say whatever that Adam Sandler movie was like 10 years
Will
ago
Ferrell.
that had like everybody in it. And I
Jack
can't
and
remember
Jill.
what the name of
You're
it.
talking about
No,
Jack
not-
and Jill.
no, not that one, not that
Dunkachino.
I feel
Grown
like
Ups.
Western. I don't
the
remember.
closest thing I can think of that was actually
It was
like,
Grown Ups.
good that I saw recently that was funny and kind of like parody satire style would probably be The Great, because it like is sort of a satire and parody of like period dramas, but it also takes itself kind of seriously, especially towards the end, but it's also very, very silly. Like
I mean, like this filmmaker typically makes funny horror movies. Black Friday. It was like a Thanksgiving horror movie. It was it was hilarious. And also the new Final Destination I thought was really funny. But again, they're primarily horror movies that have a sort of meta comedy to them.
I love horror comedy ever since Scream.
But like a straight comedy that's not meant to be like bloody or whatever. I haven't seen one in a very long time.
No, I don't think the Waynes specifically killed it, but they were part of what killed it. It was the like not another teen movies and way too many scary movies.
I loved Not Another Teen Movie because I had watched so many teen movies. And they did spoof it like pretty accurately at times. I don't know.
But the originals were
when they just
once
take
they
off
got
their
to Scary
glasses
Movie
and they're
14.
just like, I'm
Yeah, they're like,
beautiful
she
now.
can't be a prom queen. She's got
That's exactly how
glasses
it works.
and a ponytail.
Yeah,
Take
specifically
it
the,
overall.
The scene where she's
the
like
Wayne
working
genre.
on her
What was,
art, and he's like, "Whoa!" And then you look at the thing, and it's a stick figure.
what was that one that they did of like romance movies by the Wayans brothers? And it was like heavily off like 50 Shades of Grey. I can't even remember. I saw it and I was like, oh my god, this is so terrible. It's about as terrible as 50 Shades of Grey.
I mean, I remember
can't even
Epic Movie and I
it's so bad.
remember.
I know
Meet the
what you're
Spartans.
talking
don't
about,
remember
but
that one.
I forget the name of it. I know what you're talking about, though. It does exist.
Yeah. Anyway, let's refine the last question I asked a while ago and just say, are there any better parody movies at all in the genre?
It's
than
called
this one?
50 Shades of Black, by the way, which is
Oh, okay. Yep, that's it.
All right, that was 2016, so we're coming up on 10 years since that one.
But yeah, so is this the best satire movie ever, or is there something better? For me, I think maybe Blazing Saddles. I feel like I guess for me it's just
Edges it just a little bit.
it's hard because the first satire movie I ever saw was Robin Hood Men in Tights when I was a kid. Which is Mel Brooks' next movie after this. It probably isn't quite as good, but it's almost there. And like God, like all three of his like major movies. I'm not the biggest fan of Young Frankenstein. Like I don't think it's a bad movie or anything. Just I don't think it rises to the heights of those.
That's
three.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
So I guess my question is, would you consider like Monty Python and the Holy Grail a satire movie, or is that its own sort of
I feel like it's
thing?
a parody of the
That's really
Arthurian
tough.
tale, right? Like,
Some of them, I guess, depends on which one. If you're Holy Grail, maybe. Like I wouldn't
Yeah,
say
just
like
Holy
Grail. Oh,
the,
you're right.
the meaning of life isn't or anything.
Yeah. Because I would probably put that in the same similar.
I
Or like
Hierarchy.
History of the
Airplane. I
World.
feel like I've watched Airplane more times than Spaceballs, so I am kind of biased towards it.
I mean, the reason we're covering it here, though, is like same thing we did Galaxy Quest. It has more of a connection to my other interests than some of these other things. Not that they're bad. It just has more of a connection, I guess.
I think out of all this sci-fi franchises, I think Star Wars deserves the most razzing. And so for that reason, I think that this is the best satire movie, I think.
What about Battlefield Earth, though?
Yeah,
Mm.
it's that's the kind of more like serious satire.
I wasn't
There
trying
is
to
a
be
real
That's serious.
yeah, there is like a serious message behind it, whereas with this it's just pure goofballness.
Yeah, that wasn't trying to be satire though. They were trying to be serious the entire time through and just sucked at it.
Went so far the other direction.
All right, I got nothing else. If anybody else has another Spaceballs question, great. Otherwise, we're going to out of tens early.
Is this Rick Moranis's last movie before he kind of took a break,
Oh,
or
not even close. This was before Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those
okay.
sequels.
This was before Ghostbusters 2, wasn't
I was
it?
just gonna say, yeah.
Well, he's
He's
coming
so
back for the new one. So
Yep. It's really wonderful that he's coming back. There was like a sign in front of a record store that's like, "Where is Rick Moranis?" And it was sort of like this running joke, but of course, the reason that he took a break was actually kind of serious because his wife got
It's
sick and
really
he had to raise
sad.
his kids,
Oh, yeah.
which is entirely
Oh, commendable.
understandable.
Yeah,
That
valid.
comes first.
Well, the way I
Yeah.
hear it too, though, and that's only part of it. Like, he was really selective about scripts. People sent him all these scripts, and he's like, "No, this is stupid. No, no, no." And he has done a few random things, and it's mostly voiceovers over the years. All right. I'm going to take this silence as we've talked this thing out. I mean, it's a silly, fun movie. There's not that much to talk about. You can't get that deep. So let us do our out of 10 presentation. Oh, that's not the right thing. Let's try that one. Okay, so as always, keep in mind, I am always making my out of 10s versus all of Star Trek, including this. Versus all the other Star Trek movies, I guess it's a 7.75 because I'm tossed up between a 7.5 and an 8. Like, as just a movie, this is like a 9.5. It's funny as hell. You can watch it anytime.
Oh,
Versus Star Trek movie, it's better than quite a few of them. And since I gave like Galaxy Quest last week a 7, and I think this is better than that. Yeah, there's probably like 3 Star Trek movies that are better than this, at least. So, 7.75. Good on you, Mel Brooks. Good on you, sir. Ren.
I am not beholden to the same rating scale, so I'm gonna give this like a 9.5, 9.75 even. It's just so fun. It's so funny. It's just very silly and so committed to their gags. And I appreciate like the amount of practical effects that they did to like bring this nonsense to life. Like just picturing the like amount of labor that went into constructing all of these things just makes me so happy. You know what? Fine, Nadia, you're right. Let's give it a 10. It's really good. Like, it's arguably like the best parody movie. It's one of the best parody movies like ever. It's hilarious. It's so fun. And yeah, I don't know that there's much else to say about it. It's great. The performances are great. 10 out of 10.
That's fair. Good, Josh.
So as I always do, I rate all of these movies compared to Star Trek Scouts and whether or not they're above or below all individual episodes of that series. Unfortunately, this movie is just wanting compared to those. There's no asteroids, there's no dirty diapers, so I don't really know where to rank it. But one thing I do, all kidding aside, one thing I do like about this movie, we mentioned that it's not really the story itself that's carrying it, but with just all of the gags, like even if you just have this thrown on in the background and you're not exclusively paying attention to it and you're watching it for your 10th time in a week or something, if you just look up and see some of the things going on and you're not following the story, there's still something there to just kind of to be entertained by, to hit, to check in on every now and again. So it works both ways, like sitting down and watching it thoroughly or just throwing it on and kind of having it playing. And I think there's a benefit to both of those. Whereas Galaxy Quest, I find, is a better movie, a better ride from start to finish as far as a story and an emotional journey. But to throw that on in the background, like, you're going to miss a lot of things, and you might not be following along the story. So I think this works in a couple different ways, and I'm probably going to give it, I know everyone's going to want to talk me up to a 10, but I'm just going to give it a 9.5 to be that guy.
I'm the sucker, so you're good.
I'm actually going to go just a little bit higher than that, and this is why. I know I'm the one who said, have you drank it as a parody and as a regular movie, but forget that. It's not a regular movie. It is a straight-up satire. It is a freaking brilliant satire. The only reason I'm not going to give it a perfect 10 is because, as far as satires go, it is slightly edged by Blazing Saddles. And then you guys brought up Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which I don't even consider a satire movie, but it is, and it's also my favorite movie of all time. So that knocks Spaceballs just a little bit more down the list, which is why I'm ranking it at a 9.98.
That's Voyager's top warp.
I just said that's 0.01 above Voyager's top warp. But
yeah, 0.9975. Yeah. Okay, whatever.
It's faster.
Well, you'll get home in 39 years.
I love this movie from the minute it comes on to the minute it finishes. There is not a minute where I'm just like, this is kind of boring, or there's no dragging parts. It's paced so well. It's just so consistently funny. The tone is so like on the nailed it every single time. I love the gags on the ship. I love the desert scenes. Just everything is just so wonderful. The way that they parody the characters from Star Wars isn't just like, haha, it's a Star Wars reference. Like, it's a rounded out character, or at least enough where the jokes land really well. Dark Helmet is amazing. The assistant he has is great. I can't speak highly enough about it. It's just hilarious to me. I think this is like kind of a perfect movie, so that for that reason I'm giving it a 10.
It's got so much going for it.
On the show, a 10 before, Vanessa? I can't remember.
Typically
Wow.
it's a rarity, but like I just find nothing that I like that I would look at and go, this could use some tweaking. Nothing. It's
maybe
good.
the very short treks. Those might have gotten a 10.
Watch this.
I feel bad giving it only a 7.75. But like I said, if I'm just ranking it as a movie, it's a 9.5 for sure. But
It's so
versus
good.
Star Trek, because that's what I do. I rank Star Trek, and Spaceballs has some Star Trek in it. That's as much as I can give it. But speaking of Star Trek, we're getting back to some semblance of Star Trek next week. We are talking about Of Gods and Men, which was a fan-produced movie before there were all kinds of limitations on what you could do with fan movies. Directed by Tim Russ, and it has all of these big-name players like Nichelle Nichols and Walter Koenig and Garrett Wang and
Spaceballs
Chase
own Tim
Masterson.
Russ.
And Alan Ruck, who probably didn't show up until Tuesday.
I haven't seen this. I haven't seen this thing since it first came out, so I'm going to be really interested to see if it holds up. I hadn't even seen like all of TOS when I first saw this. So,
I've never seen it, so that'll be fun.
It's for anybody that hasn't. It's free. You can watch it on YouTube or on its own website. It's pretty decent. The special effects weren't even good for like budget fan movie 2000 or late 2000s. The story's
We'll
not
overlook
bad
that.
as I remember, but we'll see. We'll see how this pegs versus the rest of the Star Trek stuff, and then maybe we'll talk about a lobster tail or something, because that's like a thing. All right. Well, I would like to thank everybody that joined me here tonight to talk about balls in space. For all of you who tuned in, till we see you again, live long